What is going on, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Logan if you don't know me already. And in today's video, I will be showing you guys the top 3 most dirtiest, disgusting details that I could find on YouTube. Make sure to comment below which one is your favorite or just the dirtiest. Leave a like on this video, and if you like this type of content, make sure to subscribe as I will be making a lot more videos like this very soon. And enjoy the video.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to Stauffer Garage. Today's detail is going to be by far the nastiest detail. Hold on.
I gotta put this up. This detail is gonna be by far the nastiest detail I have ever done. We have a car that has been sitting for about 10 years. It is completely full of mold. It has some of the nastiest smell I have ever smelled. If you like these sort of videos, make sure you hit the subscribe button below. I have a ton more of these types of videos and I plan to do a bunch more. So let's go and roll the before shots and get started because this one is going to take a lot of time.
Alright, so these before shots definitely show you the kind of disaster we're talking about here, guys. There is green mold and black mold, whatever kind of mold this stuff is, all over the car. It's on the inside, on the carpets, on the seats. There's trash, there's cobwebs, there's spiders, there's bugs that you guys saw in the pre-roll footage. This thing has been sitting, like I said, for 10 years and is in need some serious help.
I expected to find some nasty stuff, but those were ants and their eggs, and then all that fiber in the back, I can guarantee that's like a rat's nest or a mice nest.
Instead of waiting to do the door jambs for the exterior detail, I'm doing them for the interior side, and I'm just using an all-purpose cleaner and my detailing brushes to agitate the surface, get that dirt, get that mold, get that mildew and gunk that's been growing in those door jambs off the car. And for the door panels, I use my all-purpose cleaner and my brush once again just to get into those nooks and crannies and get them cleaned. Now for the steering wheel, and this goes for the leather seats, the different stitching on them, I'm using actually my drill brush to do a better job than my hand brush would do. It just allows it to be a little bit quicker to kind of get into those different grooves and get a lot more of that mold and everything moving off those edges. Now for the seats and for any of the moldier parts of the vehicle, I'm not using an all-purpose cleaner here. I'm actually using just straight vinegar. Vinegar does a really good job at killing any mold or bacteria, and it might not be the best thing for leather seats because it might dry them out, but to be honest, in this situation, sometimes you have to go to an extreme to get the car to a condition where you can actually start taking care of the stuff. And for these back seats, I definitely did 2 passes with the vinegar because this is where the mold was mostly concentrated in. So I went ahead and did 2 passes just to make sure that I got all of it out of the fibers and the different stitching on the leather seats. Here are the before and after shots. You guys can see how well this car turned out at the end of it. The transformation was insane. So I want you guys to make sure you're subscribed, give this video a huge thumbs up, and leave a comment below what was the most insane part of this detail that you guys like to watch.
Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to the video. Today's vehicle is a 2014 GMC Sierra, and this thing is an absolute mess. Looking around this truck, and there's not a lot to say other than it looks like this thing just took a mud bath. There's literally mud everywhere, especially in the wheel wells and on the running boards. Does mean though that it's going to be very satisfying to pressure wash. Now moving to the inside, and instead of mud, there are piles and piles of dog hair everywhere. The leather seats are really dirty, and well, overall, there's either dog hair or some form of dirt or grime covering every surface. And now for those of you who are new to the channel, consider hitting the subscribe button and turning the bell on so you don't miss out on any future videos. Alright, well, it's gonna take some time to get this mud buggy back to looking like a sleek and sexy truck. So without further ado, let's get started. Alright, so as you guys can see, it was cold this morning. This truck still needs to get detailed, So I'm obviously starting with getting this thing rinsed off. As you guys saw in the opening shots, it is absolutely covered in a layer of thick, wet mud. So of course, with this being a GM vehicle, it's got carpeted wheel well liners, so they unfortunately hold onto all that dirt and mud, and it just takes time to get them sprayed out. But it is really, really satisfying getting to watch all that mud just wash away. Now right before the foam bath, I'm spraying on some bug remover since the front end was covered in bug guts that had, clearly been on the truck for a very, very long time. So this is gonna safely dissolve those enzymes and make it super easy to get them off with a wash mitt later. So with the truck all foamed up, I always go around with a detail brush and get around all the emblems, the crevices, and behind the gas door, just to make sure I'm hitting those spots that the wash mitt is definitely going to miss. And now since I'm already looking forward to applying Aerospace 303 to the tonneau cover later, I'm making sure to wash it really well right now so the surface is perfectly clean and prepped. So while I've got the truck drip drying for a few minutes in the garage, I'll tackle these dirty floor mats with some all-purpose cleaner diluted 4:1 and a soft brush. What you can't quite see is how many times I actually got sprayed in the face, something that is always a challenge to avoid with WeatherTech mats.
What is going on, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Logan. If you don't know me already, I own Destination Detail, which is a mobile car detailing business. As you can see the setup behind me. Today I have a disgusting car that I will be detailing by myself. Before I get into the detail, I first want to explain why this car is so nasty, because there's actually a pretty interesting story behind it. The owner of this car actually parked it outside of their work and left their keys on the counter, and somebody came in and stole their keys, and then the next day actually stole their car, and their car was missing for 5 days, and she didn't know that she left her keys on the counter. So the car was missing for 5 days, and the cops finally found the car, and they removed all the drug paraphernalia, but there was like needles, and like the whole car smells like pot. Like if you smoke pot, you will be like in heaven, because the whole car smells like Bob Marley right now. There was like flip-flops, dirty clothes, like you name it, it was in this car. She actually removed all the trash and just nasty stuff before she brought it to me, which I'm very thankful for, because I didn't want to touch any of that. I already have enough to deal with. But I'm going to stop talking. Let's just get into the car. Let me show you how bad it is, because it is pretty disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. So first things first, I'm just going to shake the dirt off of these mats because there's no reason to vacuum it up, but I can just shake the excess dirt off, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. Now the second thing I'm going to do is just go ahead and vacuum as much dirt as I can get out of it before I start shampooing the carpet. So a lot of this dirt is stuck in the carpet and won't come out, so I'm going to use an electric drill, and I don't really know what this is called. I mean, obviously it's a brush, but I don't know what brand it is. It's just a spin brush you can connect to a drill. I bought it off of Amazon, and again, I don't know what brand it is, but I will find it and put the link to it in the description below. So now that most of the dirt is gone, I'm going to spray it with Chemical Guy's Nonsense. I know it's not labeled, but I don't label my stuff. I'm going to spray it with this Nonsense. It's basically an all-purpose cleaner, and it does work on carpet as well, so that'll loosen up all the dirt, and all these stains should come out just by using this without having to actually, like, quote, shampoo it. So hopefully just this will take it out. Now I'm just going to go over it with the vacuum and see how much of these stains and dirt we got out. Okay, keep in mind that this was way worse than any other mat in the car. This was by far the worst. So look at this versus the, this is the driver one. Look at the driver versus the passenger. So now moving to the inside, this is where it gets kind of tricky. See, in the floor mats, you can just sit them down and clean, but once you're talking about the inside, there's so many bumps and crevices that you can't get into. So I'm in the car now, I'm about to start vacuuming. I can't really get a good angle, so I'm basically just gonna show you guys what I'm going to do and then do it, because there's not really a way I can set my camera up to where you guys can actually see what I'm doing. So let me just show you. I'm going to vacuum up all the sand in every part of the carpet, and then I'm going to spray the Chemical Guy's Nonsense on this side, and then just scrub it until it's clean, and then vacuum it up, and hopefully it'll look very similar to the black here. I'm moving the car into the carport because it's sitting out in the sun right now, and there's no reason for it to be in the sun because I'm not doing the exterior of it today. So it'll just make it a lot easier for me to detail in the shade because I'm not hot and sweaty the whole time. If you guys are enjoying this video so far, make sure to give it a thumbs up. I've gotten so many different camera angles, and I'm just recording on my iPhone, so I'm kind of excited to see what this turns out like. So far, this is where I'm at. I haven't touched the driver's seat or floorboard, but I've gotten the main bulk out of everything else. Now, once I finish the driver's seat and floorboard, we can go over and shampoo and get everything else done. Now that the bulk of everything is out, I'm gonna go ahead and take the steam cleaner and clean all the cup holders and all of the door jambs. There really is just stuff everywhere, and I want to make sure that I use the steam cleaner to get most of that out with the steam cleaner first. That way I don't have to go back and re-clean it. Whenever you guys are steam cleaning cup holders, be absolutely sure that there's no water in the cup holder before you steam clean it, because that water that's coming out of this is boiling hot and it will burn you, and it does suck. I've done it too many times. Oh my god. Inside of this center console smells exactly like Snoop Dogg. I can't even explain to you guys how much pot is in this car. Like, I don't know where it's at. There's got to be some somewhere. It smells like straight Snoop Dogg. The second I opened up that center console, I guess they had pot in there or something. Oh my god. All of you potheads would be in like pot heaven right now. So you can definitely see a difference in the carpet. Now let's just move on to the other three sides. So I wanted to show you guys this too. I'm not sure if whoever stole the car maybe like picked up some prostitutes or what, but there's footprints all over the ceiling and like nasty fingerprints. Let me show you this. You can see one footprint right there, like a shoe print, and there was footprints all right here, but I already cleaned them off. That's definitely a shoe print. Most of those are handprints. You know, as I'm cleaning this car more and more, I'm realizing that there's not a chance that all of this got dirty in 6 days. This person's actually just really dirty and blamed it on whoever stole her car, because this doesn't happen in 6 days. I'm kind of starting to wonder if her car was even stolen in the first place. So my plan for the rest of this video was to get some B-roll footage of the whole interior and exterior. That way you guys can really understand how dirty the car was before I detailed it, and then how much better it looked after I detailed it. But while I was getting the B-roll footage of after the detail, the customer actually came early to pick up her car, so I didn't get a chance to actually record an outro in front of the car, which is what I was going to do next. So instead, I'm just having to do a voiceover, and you guys can listen to my voice while watching this footage, I guess. But I hope you guys can see how much better the car looks after it's detailed. This was not the worst car that I've ever had, but it's definitely one of the worst. Probably number 3 on the list. To those of you who have watched all the way to this point in the video, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. And I will see you guys on the next detail.
This thing is an absolute mess. Looking around this truck, and there's not a lot to say other than it looks like this thing just took a mud bath. There's literally mud everywhere, especially in the wheel wells and on the running boards. Does mean though that it's going to be very satisfying to pressure wash.